There are many features and many wonderful ships and lines that are applicable for families, particularly with young children. The ones that come to mind most of all would probably be Disney cruises. For the first time, they're up in Alaska. And they're quite notable for the characters on board, for the water park up on deck, and obviously it's a wonderful environment for kids and families in general, as well as for the fact that Disney has, quite remarkably, a whole nursery on board. So for young kids, they will change diapers, they'll look after, babies, and it's really quite more inclusive and more attentive than the more regular cruise lines, which cater mainly for kids programs for those for 3 and older. Another great cruise experience, in my opinion, is with Royal Caribbean. They have extensive activities and lots of bells and whistles on all their ships, and they also partner with companies like Crayola and with Fisher-Price. So they actually do have programs and activities for kids as young as 6 months, which is unusual compared to the other cruise lines. Sure, for older kids and families with tweens or teens traveling along, certainly those cruise lines would also apply. Disney and Royal Caribbean. In fact, Royal Caribbean, as well as some of the Norwegian cruise line ships, have rock climbing walls up on deck and mini golf and other features like that. It's actually true to note that even some of the more premium lines, which you wouldn't expect, like Holland America Line and Celebrity Cruises, although not known for families, do have extensive teen discos and children's programs as well that are really quite wonderful and all taken care of for families. Another opportunity for families with older kids, and to be more insightful and more elaborate to just the cruise, is to extend their trip into a cruise tour, venturing into the interior of Alaska, featuring Denali National Park, which really enhances the experience for all members of the family, but also gives those older kids a bit more insightful aspect to the nature of Alaska, the history, the geography, and the geology, which is so fascinating. For planning ahead of time for families, particularly for Alaska cruises, it tends to be that, as when they may be most available in the summertime, the prices are relatively higher at that peak time as opposed to off-season. So to curtail that and to get the best value for the best budget, I definitely recommend booking early, especially for most cruises, especially in Alaska, because of the short cruise season. Additionally, there's ways that you might not imagine that we can consider and that you can observe on board the ship in terms of accommodations that might be the best value. For instance, a family doesn't need to book the largest suite to be most comfortable, or one of the very much more premium family accommodations. In some cases, like for a family of 4, it might be as much space and actually more affordable to book 2 rooms separately, but some of which connect with each other. So to give the best value, Optimum having 2 bathrooms, which is very important for families, and gives the most space for the lowest price.